Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
Now, Mr. Magazine.
And it is BOLO Day. That's right. We are catching up on a whole bunch of great sales. And why don't you take it away, Mr. Magazine?
All right. Roberto Clemente, Pittsburgh Pirates fan souvenir collection, a lot of 39 pieces.
Oh, wow.
I whipped this together because I feel like there was a lot of $5 items. It's not worth my listeners listing individually. There could be some 15 or 20s.
Yeah.
I said throw it up for 50. Went for $55.
That actually seems like a really good deal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a coin there. There's a coin there. I don't know what the ticket is for. I don't think it's like a...
My only question is, how big is that big thing in the back?
It's probably like 11 by 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not too bad then. The only reason I was asking is because there's nothing worse than putting together a lot like that, and that's...
Losing money on the shipping.
Well, no, but that's like 15 by 21, and you've got a little stuff, and now you got to find some box, but the other stuff is too thick to fit in. So be careful when you are assembling a lot.
Yeah.
Look further ahead into how to pack it. Now, if that's 11 by 14, no problem at all. It can go in a nice padded envelope and everything, or an easy box. But sometimes, and that's one of the problems with Whatnot selling the oddball size books. Sometimes you end up selling like one book that's that size, and then a bunch of small books. You're going, how am I going to get this all packed together safely?
When we sell like magazine big orders, like 30 or 40 of them in a large flat rate. Well, some are oversized magazines, and now you can't get them all in. Now you got to go for a second box or you know.
Absolutely.
So,
so that is definitely something to keep your eyes out for when you're doing the lots. And there are times where I'll actually break a lot down into two lots instead of one big lot just for that reason.
Right.
All the small stuff together and then the larger size stuff together.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good. Next up, magnificent Don Morocco with the red tights. LGN Wrestling Vintage 1986. This one for $35. Great shape. Usually these you get a lot of paint wear on these because they're rubber and the paint rubs off on them. So this one for the higher end because of the condition. But you see these out there all the time. They're from LJN in the 80s. You can pick them up $2, $3, $4, $5 maybe if they're nicer. So
is he a famous wrestler? I mean, I've never heard of him.
Yeah,
really?
Morocco, yeah.
When was he wrestling?
He was in the 80s, probably late 70s, 80s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with Hogan and them when they were starting out, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next up, Richard Simmons Deal a Meal sealed cards and wallet set. I've had this for a while, and I think people didn't know how to list it, and I gave it to one employee. I go, just put this on. I don't care what it goes for.
Right.
And it sold for $44.
4 bids, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still sealed. It's got to be late 80s, 1990s, I'm guessing.
Probably 80s, I would guess,
He passed away, in the last year or two? Something
yeah,
like that.
last year, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something you see out there probably for $1, realistically, if you saw that anywhere. I mean, I don't think they'd be charging a lot for that.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah, scoop that up. All right, so I don't know if this really isn't worth much or just eBay itself is slow or the holiday season, but Beatles, Paul McCartney, 1964 Pop Pick Super Magazine. Had this listed for a little over a year, and I think I took $25 on it. You know, it looks like something that would be $50 easily or something. You know, the back's, cool looking. It's got the Beatles there. But, it is what it is. Got to move my stuff out and move on,
Well, the problem is there's so much Beatles stuff out there. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, and the right person has to need that in their collection.
Sure.
And a lot more Beatles stuff is hitting because a lot of the old collectors are moving their collections on.
Right.
So then, let's say that I'm a big Beatles collector. There's more than I can buy at this point.
Right, yeah.
It's almost like it's 1964 again.
Yeah, weigh up your options, see what's more important and rare and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Playmates accessories lot, vintage. So we had this listed for a couple months. I think it was at $100 or so. Someone made me like a $65 offer, and I said, you know what? It's the first offer in a couple months.
Get it going?
Just get it out of here, yeah, for sure. So I took the 65, and if you factor that in to what I bought and sold the figures, I really have nothing into that anyway.
Right,
so.
right, bonus.
It's not like it's vintage Star Wars. Turtles are hot, but not at that level.
Right.
Next up. Stan Musial Cardinals autographed. Okay, it's not really autographed, so that's going to be a problem. I'm sure they all say that on there.
Oh, yeah.
1951 Royal Baseball Facts. So let's see. I don't know how long. Why does this have a code like this? So I don't know.
It says with COA.
Huh. Unless it was, I'll have to take a. I don't know if they paid yet for it, but I'll have to take a close.
No, there's no way that because it says edited by and that has his name right there.
I would not be charging $30 on a vintage book signed by Stan Musial. So
no, and that's definitely not because again, if you read it, it says edited by and then his name.
Hopefully, the person, unless it's signed, that's that's where he said the signature is. But all right, I'll have to take a look at that. Could be a potential boo boo.
Yeah. Still neat, but well, hold on real quick before you change it.
Sure.
This is kind of important to know if you get back into the 50s, 60s, 70s stuff. You'll see these advertisements in some of the magazines aimed at kids, and you can get this signed by, autographed by They're facsimile. They're not real. They're printed autographs, but they used to call them autographed back in the day. So I could see one of your listeners getting like a set and having the front of the set say, "Cards autographed by the Stars," and I'd say, "Wow, this is autographed by all." You're like, no, that's printed that way. But they used to call it autograph, so just be aware of that back in the day.
Hopefully the person buying it like knew, like, hey, I've seen those before. They're all signed like that, and it's not facsimile for $30 or $25, whatever you took. Either which way, it's pretty cheap. So next up, this is something you probably don't want to buy. It looks like it's cool and it looks like it's cool and worth a lot of money.
Wow.
Toothbrushes nowadays are $5-10. I took a $10 offer on this. We do have a 50% off sale going on, so it went from $28 to $15.
And you took a further offer.
Yeah, wow. I mean, we've had it for a year. In January, we listed it a year ago, so nobody's wanted it until now. And $10 is $10. We'll sell it and move on. But don't get suckered by Casper stuff like this.
I guess not. Wow.
I think that's it for me.
Well, $10 for that, or $10 for Fanny Farmer Old Time Candies Vintage Box, Statue of Liberty over on the side of it. The only reason why I brought this up, I didn't buy this box. I bought the contents of the box. There was some paper or whatever inside of it. It was inside of a box of stuff. So I absolutely had no interest at all in the box. I'm sure I probably paid $10 to $15 for the contents.
Yeah.
Got my money back out of the box as well. Now, it took a few years to sell, but if it's free, I'm willing to wait.
Right.
Up next, Saturday Review, November 29th, 1969, Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones. $36. This actually is one of the few times that I've actually sold something Mick Jagger for any money at all. Wow. His stuff just does not go very high. Yeah. I don't know what luck have you had on him.
I just don't know. Me neither. I just think he's not as collectible, as desirable as people that you're into collecting the Beatles and Elvis and Monroe and stuff like that. He's not one of those guys. Famous, but not from a collectible standpoint.
No, I would agree. Yep. So usually I stay away from that. This came in a lot of stuff, so I picked it up, obviously, and was quite happy that I did when all was said and done. I had no idea Count Basie went to Hornell in 1975. Really, really cool. I ended up taking like a $20 offer on it. It took a couple of years to sell. Just kind of surprised me because I thought it would sell a lot faster because it has to be fairly uncommon. But I guess
if you went to the Hornell chili warehouse, I can see that making more sense and going for more money, but that wasn't the case here.
No, absolutely. I could see that as well. Up next, the Adirondacks placemat, 1970s Ski Big Tupper Lake. So this went more than this one for 24, and the Count Basie went for 20.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. It is folded down as well, but Adirondack stuff is always very, very popular. Thousand Islands, Adirondacks, a lot of people vacationed up there, so people definitely do have a lot of memories from back then. So good things to buy. Another good thing to buy, Fantasy Island over on Grand Island. Anybody that's not from this area, well, it's since closed down, but that was that little amusement park on the right-hand side as you're heading up into Canada.
Z-Plane.
Different Fantasy Island. It's a little amusement park that you would just be driving by and say, what the heck is that thing over there? But a lot of people went there up in this area, so $24 for the bumper sticker. Can't go wrong with that. Up next, Moose and Squirrel Have Country. Rocky and Bullwinkle Certificate Moosylvania Swamp Rat Patrol J Ward, $44. I got heckled by somebody or other because I did put this up over on the
Whatnot?
No, not on Whatnot.
I was gonna say,
no. On our Facebook or our YouTube post over there, just mentioning Moosylvania and all that kind of stuff, and they looked into it and saw that I had sold it for $44, and they said that I really undersold it. Well, the reason why I sold it for $44 is somebody had the whole set. This came as part of a set. I believe there also were photos and a few other things. It was a send-away set, and somebody had the set not on eBay but on a different site for like $65. And I said, well, if I can buy the whole set for $65, what am I going to sell the certificate for? So I was happy to get $44 out of it, but apparently I got heckled that I should have asked more money.
I should have bought it and charged more and not sold it.
The Assassin of Youth, Marijuana movie ad Herald, 1938. $44. I paid $5 for it. I was surprised. I thought it would go a lot faster than that. I did put it up for bid. I thought it would get a lot of bids. It did not. Ended up selling through the store for the $44. Really neat, though. Really, really neat little item over here with the ad Herald. on that, and that's what you call those. If you do have those, I'm sure you have some of those around as well. There actually is a Herald area underneath the entertainment, but you knew that already.
Yeah.
If only there were a quicker way to say that. And the Kalins of Winona Boulevard. I don't know if you know them or not.
I know Winona Ryder. She drinks Manischewitz wine, but other than Winona Boulevard, no.
No, Winona forever. Okay, just because you grew up in that area.
Yeah.
So the Kalins of Winona Boulevard. Common book you find around here. It did take 2 years to sell, but I got $28 for it. Very, very happy with that. I am certain that I will find more at book sales. So it kind of ties into the theme we always talk about. Make sure that you know what's selling locally or what you can buy locally that you can sell online, because eventually you will make the sale. And I did sell it to somebody locally as well.
Wow.
So hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.